They're fighting for their place at the top level of the sport. This is the final stop before today's amateur stars become tomorrow's professional motocross and supercross heroes. Today, we find out what's next, right now. We are back at Loretta Lynn's Ranch in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, the 39th running of the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. I am Jason Wygant. This is our second show chronicling what has become the premier class for the next generation of stars, our 250 Pro Sport class, but we'll have highlights from other divisions as well. Loretta Lynn's Ranch is primarily a campground. They built a motocross track within it, but the history soaked in is really what makes it work. So many great races with so many great riders through the years. We'll give you a little tour here, courtesy of MX versus ATV All Out. You can actually get this track in the game. Go past the billboards there on the left. That is the photos of some of the great stars of the past year. Ricky Carmichael, James Stewart, Ryan Dungey, Ryan Villapoto. Pretty much anyone who has been an American motocross and supercross superstar has raced here through these twisties, then the long short chute. Gets really rough through here, then a right-hander, and one of the toughest parts of the track, the famous 10 Commandments, and the jumping lane and the corners in and outside will change as this event goes on as far as the preferred line. Rider here making a mistake going from inside to outside. Then this is Storyland in the back, and in our previous race, this left-hand corner coming up here is where a lot of the passes happen. The ruts get so deep back here, and it really puts these young riders to the test as far as their cornering technique in the ruts, which is a skill they're going to have as they go to the professional level. Probably the fastest part of the track right here, but that's not saying much. This is a course that very much works well for smaller mini-cycle bikes and young riders. These 250 riders will be trying to get their speed up in every inch over this big anthill roller, and then more super deep ruts in this right-hander, and of course opens back up with these jumps toward the finish line area. Really sandy and rough through here. And again, just like those 10 Commandments, you could be on the inside early in the week. The outside might become faster later in the week. Got to be able to adapt. It's the last corner where some dreams have been made and some dreams have been crushed as you race to the finish line. And the track, in and of itself, if you come here and watch it and look at it, doesn't seem like much, but it is so raceable and the lines change so much, it leads to some exciting action. We had our first moto of the week in our previous show. We will recap that. It was Mason Gonzalez into the lead early. See the yellow bike there around the outside? That is Dylan Schwartz starting 4th, 5th place, who would quickly move up to 2nd. And then we had a battle on our hands, and there you see the multiple lines with Gonzalez, the Yamaha rider out of Florida, Schwartz, the Suzuki man from California, and these two trying to establish themselves as next. They want to go to the pro level, and they want factory level rides to do it. Schwartz slowly but surely rolling up on the rear fender of Gonzalez and making a race of it for the lead. And there you see those ruts slowing Gonzalez up a bit. A little bit cleaner through there with Schwartz. And now Schwartz has Gonzalez right where he wants him. And it is a great battle as we head into the sand section. And somehow he finds enough room on the inside. And then Gonzalez makes a mistake to cap it off. Dylan Schwartz finds himself into the lead. And this is the big one. Going into this race last year, we had really a pretty good idea of who the established riders to beat were. I feel like this year a little more wide open. You can really make a mark, and that's exactly what Schwartz did. And then Gonzalez gets caught by another rider. This is Styles Robertson on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Bad gate pick for Robertson, but he was able to come from way back, and with that triple jump, finish it off to get up into 2nd. But he did not have enough time to make a run at Schwartz, who had long since checked out. But this is a 3-moto format, and today we will cover moto number 2 of this 250A division, as Schwartz will go on to win moto number 1, and Robertson hoping for a better start in moto 2 so he can battle Schwartz, and the rest of the field hoping to rebound. And what's interesting about this race is they spread the 3 motos throughout a 5-day racing calendar, so the conditions can change, and it doesn't matter if you're hot on one day, you've got to be able to repeat it over and over. Devin Simonson and Austin Black, who had a good start, end up in the top 5 in that first moto. So now we are ready. Let's see if Dylan Schwartz can replicate. There he is on the inside of that Bar X Suzuki, looking for 2 moto wins in the first 3 motos, and we are underway. Into the first turn they go. Mason Gonzalez has got it again, but he has competition from the outside. Austin Black is right there. He was with Gonzalez in the first moto. A much better start this time for Styles Robertson. He is ahead of Dylan Schwartz. Chase Kessler on the 41 is there as well. In fact, he's trying to take the lead, and he's got it from Gonzalez. That outside line work puts him on the inside into the 10 Commandments, and just as quickly as he gets it, he throws it away, going off the racetrack. Got to hand the lead back over to Gonzalez. So Gonzalez, who has just been lightning fast out of the gates, leads again as they head into Storyland. Kessler and Robertson right there with him. Robertson, a little bit of a dab in those ruts. Really tricky back there, and it catches Black, who goes down from the number 4 spot. Those ruts are so deep, and wow, Robertson, a quick sneak attack practically on Kessler to make a move into the number 2 position. So this is what Styles wanted. Gate picks for the first motos here at Loretta's are drawn at random, so even if you're one of the favorites, you might have to start on the outside, and that's what happened to Robertson. He was able to salvage it with a second, but now he wants the moto win. Not going to be easy, though. Mason Gonzalez is determined to make a name for himself. Robertson is one of the few riders here who has a deal to go into the pro ranks. He doesn't know when it's going to happen, probably next season, but either way, his future is fairly secure if he performs well for this Rockstar Husky team. Gonzalez only has an amateur deal, so he wants to beat the likes of Robertson to show what he's made of. He's got the opportunity, but it is not going to be easy. Robertson is already putting the pressure on. Great battle for the lead here at Loretta's Moto 2 of your 250 Pro Sport class. Stay with us. We're back. It's the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. This is Loretta Lynn's ranch and what has become the premier class at this facility, the 250 Pro Sport division, feeding riders into the pro ranks. Mason Gonzalez on the Rock River Yamaha leads the way, but Styles Robertson is right there on the inside. Nice job by Gonzalez to defend that position. And look at Chase Kessler back there in third. He has hung on to these leaders. Robertson made a quick pass on Kessler, but Kessler's running the pace. Meanwhile, our first moto winner, nowhere to be seen. Bad start for Dylan Schwartz. So it could be down to these two. Gonzalez versus Robertson. Maybe Kessler can get back up in there, but it might be a two-way duel for the moto win. Robertson just able to get over that triple. I'll tell you what, Robertson was right there, but that was a great tactic by Gonzalez. Little bit of a brake check there to hold the inside of the 10 Commandments, and that allowed him to open this lead back up. Robertson going to work to try to close back in. Whoa, front head dancing around for Robertson, but he got it in the rut where he needed to, and he has used that corner entrance speed to close back up. Gonzalez airing out that jump into this beach turn. They both had their strengths on this track. It's the final corner before the finish line, but we are a long way to the finish of a 20-minute moto. Whoa, Gonzalez almost threw it away on that jump. He's gotten really good at riding defensively because his starts have been on point all week, and there's an example. Then I thought Gonzalez was going to go down, but he is putting that bike everywhere Robertson wants to be and making life. Oh, and he stalls it. All that work that Gonzalez put in, and Robertson says thank you very much. Just a brief hesitation. He stalled the bike in that right-hander outside of the mechanics area, and now he's got his hands full with Chase Kessler all over him as we go to this long short shoot, which will take him back into the 10 Commandments. Oh, that's a tough break. Really would have liked to have seen what Robertson was going to have to find to see a line to get around Gonzalez. And now we got a battle for third. Chandler Baker has caught up to Kessler. just as quickly as Kessler got to Gonzalez. Where is Schwartz? Schwartz had the speed in Moto 1, there's no doubt about it, but to be fast enough to come from this far back to win a Moto is going to be tough. Schwartz, the transponder screen says 18th on lap 1 and now only up to 9th here on the 4th lap. So it's all falling into the hands of Robertson, and maybe Gonzalez, as the first Moto winner, has had his problems, and that's allowing Styles Robertson to pull away here at Loretta's. Styles Robertson leading the way here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch, the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. Good battle here for third. Mason Gonzalez is second. And then it's this group. It's Preston Kilroy, another Suzuki rider. We are still waiting for there. We finally found our first Moto winner, Dylan Schwartz, up to 9th, making quick passes. But can it be quick enough? I'm going to say he's got to get 4th at worst. 3rd would be much better. I don't think he has a chance to get into the top 2 from that far back. Wait a minute, a rider down. That was the 70 of Devin Simonson, who was right around the top 5 in the first Moto. So Schwartz has picked up 2 quick positions with 1 rider down and making a pass. Gonna see what this kid is made of, and that's the idea here with the 3 Moto format at Loretta's. Chances are you're not gonna nail the start every time, and now the industry gets to see who can come from the back, and he's looking ahead on the racetrack to figure out who would be next in line, and it's actually his teammate, Preston Kilroy. So there it is. Baker is 4th behind Kessler. Then it's Jair Mitchell, rider out of Bermuda on the orange KTM. Then it's the Suzukis of Kilroy and Schwartz. This battle for 3rd still going with Kessler. Baker right there. Man, somebody just had the panic rev of panic revs. Just heard the bike absolutely pinned. That's what happens usually when you get the front end low over a jump. You try to spin that rear wheel as fast as you can. It actually will affect the bike in the air and accelerate and pull the front end up in the same way it would on the ground. Continues to tighten there for 3rd as we check back in with Schwartz. Start really did him in this one. And now, as we say, you've got to be a junk man, got to salvage something out of it. Score enough points in this Moto to stay in contention. Man, those ruts are so deep. Schwartz was all out of shape on that inside line. He is past the point where he's got to make it look pretty. He's just got to make it happen one way or another. He is closing the gap. It's his teammate Kilroy here and the other Suzuki right here, trying to make the move on Jair Mitchell. There is Schwartz. We can have a battle here. Like I said, top 5, even 4th, I don't think is out of the question for Schwartz. He's got a pair of riders right in front of him. It's Kilroy looking to make the move on Mitchell. And he makes the pass. You saw it just up ahead. So Preston Kilroy, out of Wyoming, has taken the spot away from the rider from Bermuda, Jair Mitchell. But Jair's actually been here a long time, grew up even racing the 50cc classes here, and he comes right back on Kilroy. Showing some fight here, a little too far on the outside to make that pass stick. Now he's in a Suzuki sandwich. Schwartz going to try to make quick work. He's got to. Nope. Mitchell, good job getting back where he needed to be to hold Schwartz off. He knows he's back there now. No room on the outside. Schwartz tried to stick a pass on him. Now he's on the inside, in the beach turn. Can Mitchell keep enough speed up around the outside? He's going for it. Lines are going to come together in this corner, but Schwartz gets there first. He's got another spot. Well, it has been fun to watch him come through, but it's not what his team wanted. They would like to see him out front and battling Robertson. So the teammates, Barek, Suzuki, Kilroy, and Schwartz in formation. Oh, track getting super rough on the entrance to these corners. And that's what I said at the top of the show. If you come here and just look at this track, but beginning of the week, it doesn't really look like much. It doesn't have the big elevation change, not the biggest jumps we've ever seen. But when it gets rough and rutted, it will separate the field. And that's what's happened here. Styles Robertson getting away, except that Dylan Schwartz trying to get back in the hunt. Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship here from Loretta Lynn's Ranch. Had to tone down the events off the track this year with some social distancing in place. There's live announcer Rodney Tomlin, Davey Coombs, the son of the co-founder of this event, Dave Coombs. Monster Energy did bring in a band, had to keep the crowd back, but you can always do the outdoor activities in your family group. And we did bring in a mobile hospital station here to take care of any of the riders if they have a problem on the track. And of course, with COVID-19 around, it's good to know you're safe in your home away from home. Not safe right now is Jace Kessler. Preston Kilroy just made the move on him. So Kilroy finding his pace here late. Look at this. He is up to third place. He did have pressure from his teammate, Dylan Schwartz, but they had pulled away from him. Schwartz actually went down in that section right there. And all the work he did, he's going to have to do it again. So Kilroy's done a great job of riding that ragged edge. Now he's deep into lap traffic. Up front, no change. Styles Robertson has controlled this moto. Once he got the lead from Mason Gonzalez, Gonzalez stalled it while running in the #1 spot, recovered. He's now in second. Kilroy headed into Storyland on his Suzuki with Kilroy and Schwartz showing great speed. That's showing that the future is looking bright for Suzuki, who has taken their lumps the last couple of years. But last season, those two, Schwartz and Kilroy here at this event, showed that they've got some speed. Now they're in the Premier Class event, and now they're showing it's no fluke what we saw last year. Robertson, your leader, getting around lap traffic, not happy with some of these guys. Man, that track is so rough. There's just no smooth or fast way to get through. It's just survival through that section. Robertson looking at the white flag, and now the checkers. Styles Robertson. Man, that was a clutch ride. He needed the Moto win to get control of this championship after second in Moto 1. He does it. Mason Gonzalez finishes second. Battle is on right now. That is Schwartz. He was 7th. He's gotten a 6th. Can he get Mitchell here on the very last lap with only a few corners to go? He'd be looking at a 1.5. Big difference between a 1.5 and a 1.6 in the Moto scores. He's down to the inside. Lap rider on the outside. I think Schwartz has got it. He does. Nice comeback for Schwartz. Mitchell's going to try to fight back. Doesn't have it. Schwartz did not want 5th in this moto, but he showed what he is made of. Meanwhile, let's talk to our winner.
Yeah, no, it was a good moto. Got off to a pretty good start and just tried to ride my lines whole moto, and yeah, it ended up pretty good.
How's the transition? You got a different bike and team this year.
Honestly, it's been awesome. The bike's unreal. I really like the chassis and everything about it, and yeah, I'm meshing with the team really good. And down at Baker's Factory, which is, you know, there's nowhere better than the Baker's Factory, riding with the boys every day, and just been grinding and laying low.
You got a long break between this and Moto 3. What's that do mentally?
Honestly, I don't have much pressure on myself this week. You know, it is what it is. I feel good. I feel fit. So yeah, we'll just go and take it as another moto. You know, what happens, happens.
Well, we'll be looking at a showdown there between the fast-starting Mason Gonzalez, who has a 2 and a 3. He needs to win this final moto and then hope there was a problem in the third moto for Robertson. Let's talk to our second-place finisher.
Got off to another great start, man. It's so important here. The track is really soft, so you have to be patient, man. And Styles made a mistake right around those first couple laps, then second Mammoths, and was able to get by. And then I made some mistakes of my own, and he got by me. And then I stalled the bike over here in the mechanics area, and that really did it. Got away and kind of lost touch with him. So overall, I think I need to find a little bit more speed and clean up those mistakes, and I'll find myself where I want to be.
Moto 3, what's the strategy? What do you got to do?
Of course, go out there and get that start, man. Yeah, and then just do my thing, not try to worry about anybody else, and focus on myself. And if I do that, and I think we can get this done. I think my consistency is gonna pay off, and yeah, just gonna go out there and give it 110%.
So we've completed 2 of the 3 motos. Schwartz looking at a 1.5, so that's 6 points. Robertson a 2.1, that's 3 points. And Gonzalez a 2.3, that's 5 points. So if you're Schwartz and Gonzalez, the mission is simple. Moto 3, win it, and then get some riders between you and Robertson, and the title can be yours. And there are riders that can do it. Preston Kilroy, he's proven he's a podium contender.
Yeah, for sure. That's always the goal. So we're going to try to make that happen, get a good start, ride my race, and just do clean, smooth laps and see how it goes. So
how'd this moto go?
I was pretty good. I was a little tight at first, kind of made mistakes, but I pulled through and just got up there 4th and then passed into 3rd halfway through, or 3rd, 3/4 of the way through, and yeah, just kind of hung out.
Here's a race recap of this second moto. Almost a replay as far as who was fast starting in this one as well as Moto 1. It is Gonzalez and Austin Black, but Robertson, that was the difference. He had a much better start of this one. Was about 4th, got around Jace Kessler, went for the lead on Gonzalez. Watch this. Gonzalez knew exactly where Robertson wanted to go, so we knew this was going to be a good battle until Gonzalez right here stalls the motorcycle, and that was that. Quickly got it going after hitting the electric start button, but it was all Styles Robertson needed. Robertson was a phenom early in his amateur days and then had some lean years. Last year was the big breakthrough, won the B-Class championship, and that led to a big-time deal with this Rockstar Husqvarna team, and he has gone next level ever since, and he's showing it. Here is Dylan Schwartz, our first moto winner. He had his work cut out for him with a bad start. Was able to work forward and actually got behind his teammate Preston Kilroy late. Gonna see Kilroy make a quick pass there at the top of the screen. And the Suzuki riders tried to go in formation, but the problem, a crash for Schwartz set him back, and he was only able to get 5th, while Robertson was able to take the win. If he can replicate that in Moto 3, he'll be looking at the AMA Amateur National Horizon Award. Here's the last lap pass, last turn in fact, by Schwartz to salvage that 5th place spot. And every point could count in the 3-moto format. He's glad to have gotten that position. I want to see he, Robertson, and Gonzalez all get off the gate together in Moto 3. It could be a real showdown, and we'll have it for you on MAVTV. Right now, it's Styles Robertson in control of the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. See you next time.